Next up, the curve only gets steeper. Not just because the national television eye is going to be glaring right on this team from the next 4 games. 2 of them are Sunday nights, and the one is a Monday night. And then next week is the only one that's not in front of everybody, but it'll be most of the country, because in comes the undefeated Green Bay Packers, and they're 12, and Aaron Rodgers playing at a very, very high level. And if you want to talk about somebody who could take advantage of the undisciplined, here's a guy who just beat the Atlanta Falcons by getting them to jump off sides with a hard count, using the actual words hard count as his hard count. So what do you think is, in fact, the challenge facing this Tampa Bay team for that one?
It's enormous. Now, I've done this enough, and you have too, Rich, that it's an every week league, right? I mean, It's crisis or carnival. When you lose, you may not win another game, and when you win, you could win the Super Bowl. So here come the Green Bay Packers. They're going to have some fans in Raymond James Stadium, the most they've had this year. Maybe that'll help a little bit. But this is a beat-up football team. The worst thing that happened yesterday, other than the loss,
Vita
was
Vea.
Vita Vea. Yeah. I mean, this defense has completely changed. He's out for the year with a broken ankle. And now you're having Ndamukong Suh. The offensive lines are going to certainly shade to him. That's going to create more problems for Jason Pierre-Paul. That whole defensive front, the linebackers aren't going to be as free. And this is a high-powered offense coming in here. They got to continue to find a way to stop the run. They just don't have anybody to replace them. And I think they're going to struggle a little bit. But, 10 days, you get to rest some of those injuries. They got to get healthy. That's the main thing. Can they get Chris Godwin back? Can Mike Evans heal that ankle? Can they clean up some of these penalties and the offensive line play better? So it's not all doom and gloom, but you're right. Those next games are on national TV. The spotlight is on them, and they start with the Packers and they end that gauntlet with the New Orleans Saints. So this is their season right in front of them.
Well, in terms of that, Rick, what about Godwin and Fournette? Do we expect to get them back full strength? I know Fournette was active last night, but he kind of had a Malcolm Butler activeness, from a Super Bowl a couple years ago. You're wondering, why is this person active if we don't see him? So what about the injuries of players who aren't out for the season for that one, as we currently stand here?
Fournette was the break class in case of emergency running back, and I think Godwin will make it. He's not going to try to run till Thursday, but I do think there's a really good chance that he plays. Mike has played, hurt or not hurt, so 10 days off will certainly help him. Problem is you can't practice, right? And guys don't practice, they're not as sharp. I think Fournette, since he was in uniform, will be in uniform again, maybe have more to do, although Ronald Jones has taken over at that position a little bit. So they'll get some guys back. So that's the important thing.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.